So I have been spending some time this week in the Carolina Beach, Wilmington area, and I came here to enjoy the beach and have my brain retreat. And although I've been able to do those things, I have also found myself thinking about what this place remembers. So let's talk about it. Hey, I'm Dr. Lakeisha Watson, epidemiologist and data storyteller, translating data into public health insights for Black women. Welcome back to Epi Fridays, and happy Juneteenth. When most people think about Juneteenth, they think about June 19th, 1865, the day enslaved people in Galveston, Texas finally learned they were free, more than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. But freedom has never been a straight line, and Wilmington reminds us of that. You'll never know that this city was once the site of one of the most violent attacks on Black political and economic power in American history. Yeah. And that's something history does, right? It has a way of making places look ordinary while carrying extraordinary and sometimes traumatic stories. So in 1898, Wilmington was home to a thriving Black community. Black-owned businesses, Black professionals, Black elected officials, a Black newspaper. The Black community here, they were really building something. And that became the problem. A white supremacist mob overthrew the city's legally elected government, murdered Black residents, burned the office of the Black-owned newspaper, and forced many Black families to leave. And it remains the only successful coup in United States history. So when we talk about structural racism, this is what it looks like. It isn't only prejudice, it's the deliberate destruction of opportunity. It's forcing families to leave homes they've built. It's changing who has political power. It's rewriting history so generations grow up never knowing what happened. And this isn't new, right? The displacement of Black communities has been seen with Tulsa, Rosewood, Forsyth County, redlining, urban renewal, segregation. There's a pattern here. Again and again and again, whenever Black communities built wealth, influence, or opportunity, there were systems and sometimes violence designed to take it away. And yet, that's never the whole story. Because while I've been here, I've also been learning about the Black beaches that existed along this coast. Shout out to Wilmington and Color for the knowledge. So during segregation, when Black families weren't welcome at many public beaches, they created places of their own. Places where they listened to music, celebrated, rested, built memories, could just exist. And that contrast has stayed with me all week. One story is about what people tried to destroy. The other is much more beautiful. It's about what they couldn't. And I think that's what Black joy really is. Not pretending history didn't happen, not ignoring pain, not acting like everything was okay. Black joy has always existed in conversations with struggle. It says you don't get the final word. So every family reunion, every cookout, every beach day, every laugh that echoes across generations, every tradition that's been passed down, that's Black joy. Not because life has been easy, but because joy has always been one way we protected ourselves, loved one another, and imagined a future bigger than the circumstances we were handed. And that's why Juneteenth matters. It's certainly about freedom delayed. Okay, we cannot take that away. But it's also about everything Black communities chose to build once freedom was finally recognized, and everything they kept building even when that freedom was challenged again and again and again. Standing here in the Carolina Beach area, Wilmington area, those two stories exist in the same place. The history of what was taken and the reminder of what endured. And maybe that's what Juneteenth asks us to remember. Not just that freedom was won, but that Black communities have always known how to create beauty, belonging, and joy, even when history gave them every reason not to. All right, y'all. That is this week's Epi Fridays. I hope you enjoyed. Happy Juneteenth. I'll see you next week. Bye.